Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are in your day. I hope you're feeling loved and blessed. And if nobody's loving on you, love on yourself fiercely. Spoil yourself fiercely, okay? Let's get into it. It's March 19th, 2026. It's the Wheel of Fortune, okay? Thursday is ruled by the Wheel of Fortune out of the tarot and the planet Jupiter. Okay. Moon is in Aries right now. All right. Fire energy, baby. All right. And with that energy of change, that change, the Wheel of Fortune is all about change, right? The Wheel of Fortune is about what? Luck and destiny, cycles, fate, cycles, and expansion. Okay. So, with that, bringing new beginnings with a lively, energetic passion. Okay, I hope you're feeling it. You might be feeling quick to react. That Aries moon draws fire. Okay, so stimulating life force right now, vitality, spontaneous Aries. All right, takes risks. All right, that energy, that fire element. It's time to put some new ideas into motion. With this right now, it's time to plant some seeds. Okay, let's talk about some of those moon and Aries sign traits. Feeling spontaneous, huh? Feeling determined. Are you feeling impatient? Are you feeling a little reckless? Are you feeling self confident, innocent, direct, pioneering, charismatic? Okay, all those wonderful, beautiful energies. Okay, so let's talk about the spread. It's only four cards, but there's going to be multiple questions. It just depends on what is, where the connection is made. All right. The question may not match the answer. The answer may not match the question. Okay. The question that needs to be received will be the message that is sent. So we're doing the Warrior's Path. Okay. This is an Aries moon spread. So it's that Warrior's Path. Okay. Card one. All right. This is the spark. This is about igniting desire. The question: what passion or desire needs to be ignited right now? Or what is my goal for this week, for this cycle? Okay. Card two is the charge, taking initiative. All right. Where must I take bold, independent action to move forward? Or what must I leave behind? Card three is the shield, protecting energy. What frustration or old battle should I stop fighting? Or how can I release my inner warrior? Card four is the torch, the inner fire. How can I harness my courage for lasting strength? Or what fuels my drive? Okay, so four cards only. All right, unless I feel like I'm going to expand on that each question. We'll see. That happens sometimes. We don't know. All right, so we'll shuffle a couple more times with our purpose and intent. Cut the deck and take it down to the tarot because that's what you're here for, right? And we got another subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you leave a like and a comment if you would. I appreciate it. Make sure you share it out. Tell your friends if they like some tarot. This is a new channel, so I don't have a lot of subscribers. I would like to get to 1,000. I would like to get to eventually too. I would like to get to wherever this channel takes me. If the circle stays small, then that is so be it. Thank you, universe, for that message and that and your energy. I appreciate it. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to take it down to the tail because that's what you're here for. Okay. All right, you might even get a little cleavage in there. Sorry. All right, let's go ahead and cut the deck like we cutting the check, right? Put my name on the dotted line and meet me at the bank. All right. I think I might. Yeah. Okay, so I can read it. I need to get a little clipboard. Put it on the list. Bangs always need something. Huh? All right, card one. See it right there, or you could see my hand on it. Not playing no games. Okay, card one is the spark. Okay, this is igniting the desire. What passion or desire needs to be ignited right now, or what is my goal for this cycle? The Knight of Pentacles. You're about rescuing your resources, Pentacles, as you know, represents earth, resources, physical things in the body. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn can step on up. Knights, as you guys always hear me say, knights to the rescue. Okay, this is about an extreme, fast rescue quest. Okay, these are just my keywords. We're getting to the message. You gotta rescue yourself. Okay, no one's coming to save you. Okay, and that's what needs to be that igniting desire. What passion needs to be ignited right now? Taking that quest on and rescuing yourself. And that doesn't just mean your financial resources, it could literally mean your sense of well being and your sense of grounding. Pentacles being your body, okay? And that being your sense of well being, okay? Your body, your physical body, okay? Your body has to be grounded. Okay, our bodies need to be grounded. When we get grounded, we get a little, a little shaky, right? You have to ground yourself. Sometimes that can be done through breathing. That can definitely be done through your diet. Eating a good, healthy diet helps you stay grounded to the earth. Just taking your shoes off and stepping, on the ground, going outside, breathing fresh air, stuff like that, grounding yourself, even petting an animal, because animals are very much connected to the earth. Petting your animal, okay, grounding yourself to the earth, okay, that is your body, okay, your sense of well-being, not just your physical being healthy, but your sense of well-being being grounded to this earth, okay. Panic attacks, not being grounded. Are you kind of prone to panic attacks? That very much is about getting grounded in your sense of well-being. Okay, and nights, of course, to the rescue. So what is my goal for this cycle? Becoming more independent in taking care of yourself, and being more dependent on yourself, being more self-sufficient. Okay. Oop, that goes in the middle. Okay. So your spark and your igniting desire, what passion needs to be ignited right now? Your independence. Okay. Taking that quest on and getting more into your independence and sense of well-being with your physical body and or your resources, meaning your finances. Okay. But not to forget that your resources, as I've said before, is your body. Your hands are a resource. Your mind is a resource. Your body is a resource, right? Okay. Okay, so card two is the charge. This is taking initiative. All right, this is where must I take bold, independent action to move forward, or what must I leave behind? Okay, depends on the energy. All right, this card came up yesterday. Didn't you see me shuffle? You see me cut the deck. Seven of Pentacles. Message not received. As I've said before, the message will keep coming up until the message received, because there was a while I kept getting the King of Pentacles. Just kept coming up. Seven of Pentacles, like I've said, counting and reflection, assessment, evaluations of your resources, knowing what you have, knowing what you can deal with, not going, not saying above and beyond. Like, you want to go above and beyond for yourself, but not overdoing it, not overdoing your resources. You got to know what you got. You got to know what you have. That's better English. Let me use better grammar. You have to know what you have. You need to know what you have before what you know what I'm saying. Don't count your eggs before your chickens. Wait, don't count your chickens before your eggs. I had that totally backwards. Don't count your chickens until your eggs have hatched. Okay, know what you got to work with. Okay, that will bring you more independence when you know what you're working with, then you can be a little bit more self-sufficient, because then you don't go like I said, that above and beyond. I mean, you don't go out without your means. You got to stay within your means. Assess your resources, count your resources, evaluate what you have on board, know what you have to work with. Okay. And if the question is, what must I leave behind? That you the action of not assessing. You need to count them. You need to leave that bad habit behind. Count your money. Okay. Count your money. Okay. Because this is called the charge. Card two, taking initiative. Count your money. That's not even taking initiative. That's just something you got to do with your money. Okay. All right. bold, independent action to move forward. I just said get independence right here. Okay, you taking care of your shit. Assess, assess, assess. Count your money. Count your money. Okay. All right. Card 3, the shield. All right. This is the protecting energy. What frustration or old battle should I stop fighting? Or how can I release my inner warrior? Okay. Card 3 is the shield. Old battle you're fighting, always in quiet contemplation. You're always at the end of the road. Remember that song, At the End of the Road, right? At the end of the road, reminiscing, deciding, right? Deciding which way, creating the plan, okay? Because 3 is all about creativity, birth, growth. What are you going to grow? What new path are you going to create? What new resources are you going to create? Right? What new desires? What new creative paths, creative passions, activities? Right? A new project, and you can't do that unless you know what you're working with. You know, how much money can you spend on this project? How much money can you spend on these activities? What does your products require? You know what I'm saying? More resources, you know, more inventory, you know. You got to have your resources set if you're going to have that path. Okay. How can you release your inner warrior? You got to plan it. You got to plan things. Okay. It doesn't just happen. People aren't just warriors and say, "I'm a warrior." No, they've made steps. They put in, you know, when I'm saying that work, you know, you got others say you got to put in that work. You got to put in that work. It doesn't just come easy. Things just don't get handed to you as much as you want them to be. I mean, wouldn't that be nice, right? But you got to put in work. But you got to make that decision. What are you creating, right? You got to make those decisions, all right? Because this is saying this is a shield of protective energy. You got to create the path. You got to create the path. You got to create the ideas. You got to create the projects that you want to do. What is your passion? What passion do you want to grow? What do you want to give birth to? Doesn't have to mean giving birth to a child, giving birth to a project, giving birth to an activity, something new that you're going to do in your life, a new business, whatever it may be, whatever you're trying to create, even if it's just a new way of being, a new way of thinking, you know, maturing that level of you, of who you are when it comes to your finances, right? Because who knows what you're going to become once you become a master and warrior of your finances. Okay. All right. Baby steps. Baby steps. Okay. The torch. All right. The torch. The inner fire. Because that's what we're talking about. The fire. Okay. The Aries. Okay. That energy. The fire energy. How can I harness my courage for lasting strength? Or what fuels my drive? My drive. Your emotions. The torch. How can you harness your courage? Get control of your emotions. Be mature about it. Think it through. Take things from that mature perspective, and not just be out of control with your emotions and be overly emotional. You know, thinking things through rationally. And like I said before, no panic attacks. Okay, no panic attacks. You got to think it through. You have to assess. Okay, because the queen is all about that maturity, that experience. Okay. So until you assess things and know how you want to proceed, that which to ignite that is just to take things from a mature standing point and understanding your emotions. Because cups, as you know, represents your emotions, the water element, which is a connection to your emotions. Okay. It can also be a connection to your creativity or how you see a relationship. And that relationship can be with yourself and how you deal with your resources. So just being mature, dare I say, grow up and see things from a mature standpoint with your emotions and your creativity. Because when you're more balanced with your emotions, you're able to feel more creative and generate that energy to say, "Oh, this is what I want to do. This is, if you're just irrational, tired, and just not thinking things through, not assessing, you know what I'm saying? Not deciding your path, not creating that path. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be the driver. You know what I'm saying? Gotta stay in your driver's seat and stay in your lane. All right. So how can you harness your courage? Be mature with your emotions. Be mature with how you deal with things. Be mature with how you take care of your business. You know what I'm saying? Be the queen of your decisions. Be mature about your decisions. Okay. Hmm. All right. Sound good. So the warrior's path, baby. The spark, Knight of Pentacles, the charge was the Three of Wands. The shield was the Seven of Pentacles, and the torch, Queen of Cups. All right. Okay. I think we'll leave it at that. Leave it nice and short so that I can go on about my day. I'm ready for a hot cup of mint tea because it's pretty much what I'm trying to drink is tea. Well, I do love a Dr. Pepper, but I gotta get away from that. It's just not good for you. So I hope that resonated with you. I want to again say welcome to the new subscribers. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you found us. If this resonated with you, take it with you. If you don't, that's okay. If it was just some entertainment while you're sitting there, just trying to relax after your day, that's okay too. But thanks for coming in. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you checked in. I'm glad you're feeling good. I know I'm feeling better. I was not feeling good last week. I don't, it happens. It is what it is. But all right, we'll leave that there. We appreciate the spirits for coming through for us today. And we close that off. I will hope you guys check in tomorrow a la mañana and we'll do it again. So, yeah, stay positive, stay blessed. You know we going to stay safe. All right, y'all. Thanks for stopping by. I love you.